Hello there!
Wait, I wasn't ready!
Yeah, fucking ready now.
Alright, we're the most professional
We're actually
podcast out
back,
there.
and we're on a consistent schedule again, so hooray.
Consistent. Until we forget to do Fastlane.
Everyone forgets to do Fastlane.
Well, to be fair, with the way that this Rumble was set up, we might be end up doing passing because they kind of put a lot of importance on it this year.
Yeah.
Can I? Well, I mean, that's my only point. No.
He's gonna say he has to
Welcome
vomit.
to the C Show. I'm Ellie, and these are some people. Okay, Royal Rumble.
I'm Roman Reigns.
And I'm the Ayatollah of... I am the Ayatollah of Rockton and Rula.
Oh, I thought we were just going to all refer to each other as Roman Reigns. Okay.
I don't know.
Welcome to.
I thought we were going to
This is
introduce
literally-
ourselves
this
by
is
our Royal Rumble pick alternate names.
Welcome
Oh, okay.
to
In
this
that
show
case,
is
I am-
literally.
Ah,
Dust.
Rob Dust.
Or Dusty Rob, or...
Black Rob.
What was that? It sounded like you sipped it, like you took a big sip of something.
Take a big old sniff of Coke.
But yeah, welcome to this show is literally about Roman Reigns and nobody else. To the
Be
point
fair.
they have like Greek statues which aren't Roman, but you know that's a mistake everyone makes.
Colosseum.
I mean, I guess they were in a Coliseum, but
By the
still.
way, can I say how cheap the statues looked? I did not like that gimmick.
Dean Ambrose looked like Smeagol.
It looked like okay, we're gonna make Play-Doh figures of the wrestlers and just put them up instead of doing something.
I wish they were actually just like claymation. Like
That would have been cool, actually.
play Roman Reigns for a fucking celebrity death match now.
And
I'm
Where's
liking
Mills
more
Lane?
Can I interrupt to point out that some of us decided to stop decided to stop watching the show for a while because like
Oh man, the disappointment.
after Survivor Series, a lot of us we're just like done. We decided like we don't want to watch this anymore. That like
Yeah, so we all took about a month-long sabbatical from like watching wrestling. Of just fuck it, we're not watching it.
Yeah.
I took
SmackDown got a really good announcer.
Yeah, let's talk about Mauro Ranallo for a bit.
He wasn't on this pay-per-view. There we go.
But he's amazing.
I
Watch
just want
SmackDown.
I just want to say that I stopped watching for at least a couple weeks, and then I heard, oh, this is a good Raw again. Okay, I'll watch it.
I stopped watching for at least a month, I think.
I stopped watching for about a month.
Yeah,
I-
same.
I haven't really watched Raw since July, but that's when Board Game
I
Night came
I
out.
watched the one really good Raw where Roman won, and they decided to book him like they've been trying to book him for years.
Yeah.
My time.
And I watched the Slammies.
Rob, seriously, have they really been trying to book him like that?
That's
For a
what
week.
that's what they've meant to do, but they've been so inept that they've never done it.
My
I
time
don't
was
think that's
spent.
ever what they've been meaning to do. It's just that it's how they should have booked them, how they should have figured the right way to book him, and they never. It's just that like they finally stumbled on it that night.
But really,
I think the writing
we've
staff
got-
just had their heads up their own asses.
we've
for
got
quite a
we've got
while.
2 hours of solid pay-per-view before we get to Roman.
My time spent during the sabbatical was reading Harry Potter. It was quite a fulfilling time.
Mr. Potter.
You can never have too many socks.
By the way,
Never have to.
rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
Yes, rest in peace, Alan Rickman, and also rest in peace, Egg Vigoda.
And
Died
and
today.
fucking
not
Lemmy.
interested in what you did during your break.
And
But
David
I
Bowie.
am interested in
And
the,
all the
in
people
the
you
millions
like.
of dollars worth of bearer bonds in your vault.
Seriously, 2016, can you stop killing people?
Stop killing
Yes.
people we like. You go kill assholes.
Yeah, why is
Yeah.
Trump still alive?
Because he runs off of because he's part Terminator, I guess.
He runs off of pure hatred.
He runs off of hatred and wigs.
Lesson to be learned,
And fake
everyone.
news.
If you want
A
to
wig
live
is
a
a
long
phylactery.
lesson for everyone, if you want to live a long life, here's the secret. Be a giant dick.
All the
don't be
douches are alive.
Well, don't be like the Johnsons from TNA.
Anyways, so there is something before we get to the pay-per-view proper, something did happen on the pre-show, and it's worth mentioning. The third biggest pop of the night happened on the pre-show, and that was Damien Sandow coming out in his old Intellectual Savior gear, and the crowd popped like crazy for him.
Why did
And
they
the
use his
entire match, they were chanting for Sandow.
I don't know why they're not using his new theme. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, the Rock Hallelujah theme.
Yeah.
That is a kick-ass song.
He had it for 1 week before becoming Macho Mandow.
Macho Mandow.
It's really a shame that they have not shown him on TV at all since he's returned to that gimmick.
He's taken a lot of shit, but he's still good and popular, and everyone likes him.
Yeah.
You know what they should do? They should reunite Team Rhodes Scholars and call them Team Wasted Potential.
I think Damien Sandow can just join the social outcasts at this point. We'll talk about them later, but first, I believe we have this match.
No, he'll team up with Star.
I should also mention that the pre-show match was completely pointless because the winners were to be given a spot in the Royal Rumble, and the winners, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, had about 30 seconds in the Rumble.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Gold Stardust and Damien Sandow would be gold star on your report card, but whatever.
Ah! Gold star on your report card. Very nice.
Are we going to keep playing the game, Ellie, of who, or did we just stop of who finally drinks their Mountain Dew?
I didn't think they had Mountain Dew on their table.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
did.
don't think
forgot.
they had Mountain Dew this
I
time.
forgot there was a commentary
I
table
can
sometimes.
recognize Mountain Dew. That is my skill. We did have French commentary, though.
We didn't have those guys.
Yeah.
You know what they should have had on the commentary table instead of Mountain Dew?
What?
Who? What?
Chex Mix.
It was
Oh yes,
sponsored
the
by
entire
Chex-
pay-per-view is sponsored by Chex Mix.
Chex Mix.
Somebody got to get the checks mixed.
I don't know why.
Somebody go and get the wheat thins.
I don't know why. But Chex Mix is the funniest sponsor. I don't know what.
It's a party snack. Legit, that's it.
Well, the
But it's
funniest
just-
thing is when
And
they
they're
were
like
throughout
Chex
the
Mix-
entire.
Chex Mix is like when you can't get chips because you're afraid of being fat.
The funniest thing is that
And it has that
throughout-
shitty rye. It has the fucking shitty rye crackers in it, and I hate them.
Yeah.
Fuck you, rye
throughout the
crackers.
entire pay-per-view, they were just showing the awesome and sometimes extreme spots, and just always prominently in the corner of the screen was Chex Mix. So it's like
That's the
someone
thing.
gets slammed through a table. Brought to you by Chex Mix.
That's the thing that gets me. It's the big Chex Mix logo. It's like, oh, Chex Mix.
Thanks, Chex Mix, for Dean Ambrose hitting
That makes-
someone.
That makes me want to see someone get thrown through a table and then and have a bag of Chex Mix next to them, and then they just start munching on it as they're laying there.
They can do the sprinkle spot from Chikaro, except with Chex Mix.
He's got the Chex Mix. That's harder than fucking thumbtacks.
I love
Probably is.
Chex Mix personally.
Except nobody likes the rye chips.
No,
I
like
like
that.
the rye chips.
Then you're not my friend anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
well, next
they're
time
out.
we get to check.
I like the
Go.
cheese. I like the cheesy
all the right
popcorn.
chips.
Smart corn, cheesy popcorn. Pretty good.
All right.
Oh, I do love
So, after Sandow makes the pre-show memorable. And we go back to, we're probably not going to see him for a while.
The Social Outcasts had a Q&A session.
Did they?
I loved
they
the
did, on the
social media
pre-show.
lounge session. It was the best. They talked.
All right,
I think
tell
they
me
did
about
like. How many questions they do on that? Like 2, 3 questions.
3. But the
Yeah,
third one was the best.
The third one was the best. The first one was just like I forget what the first one was. The second one was asking if Slater was the leader of Social Outcasts, and Bo calmed everyone down, said no, we're all equals. And then someone asked if Curtis Axel was exhausted from being in the 2015 Royal Rumble for an entire year.
And his response?
They were like, "Does this man look tired to you?" This man is not tired at all. It was the best. I love the Social Outcasts.
Yeah, I'm surprised that WWE actually allowed that question too. Because they have to know that they filtered them.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn it.
it was part of his gimmick for a long time that he's still in the Rumble.
Yep.
But then it just dropped when he dropped off the face of the earth.
So, after that, we get to the pay-per-view proper, where the first match on the card is a last man standing match.
This is such a weird spot for this match now that I think about it.
Kevin Owens versus
They usually
Dean Ambrose.
They usually start the pay-per-views as like a tag team match.
Yeah.
But no, we just went straight into the IC title match between Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose.
It's just like, well, we might as well start full throttle.
It worked.
Or you could always just insert the joke of, oh, hey, the IC title doesn't matter anymore.
I think it does, though, even though it's opening the show. This is the biggest, other than the main event, this is the biggest match on the card.
This was also the longest match barring the Royal Rumble at 20 minutes.
So, we have to mention that one of the greatest crowd moments in the history of WWE. Kevin Owens goes to set up a table,
and then he puts a table on top of the table.
And someone in the crowd goes, "I think you're wasting your time right now."
I feel like you're wasting your time right now. I think this is the same guy who Kevin Owens yelled at earlier and yelled something at him, and I forgot what it was. Because I feel like you're wasting your time right now was just one of the best crowd shouts.
This is the first time in a long time that I can think of that a last man standing match felt like just these guys are fighting.
They fucking killed each other.
Honestly, the last one that I can remember that was this good was John
Was Roman
Cena.
Reigns versus Big Show.
It felt like
No.
another one of those matches that just felt like this is a fight, man.
John Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
No, John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio at Vengeance. What's it, Vengeance? Or,
I think it was Vengeance
where
2011.
where they fought in the collapsed ring from the Big Show Mark Henry spot, and just fought to the back.
Fun fact: Vengeance 2011 was my first ever WWE pay-per-view I watched in full.
Ah.
You fucking geek.
It was also around the time.
I've been watching
I'm
since
surprised
fucking,
you remember that, Mega Fighter.
I've been watching since Bad Blood 2004.
It was when I.
Also, I want to point out, holy shit, the fucking poster for Vengeance 2011.
Oh my God! Is this the Sheamus one?
No, it's worse.
Oh yeah, okay, it's the Mark Henry one.
Mark Henry thinks you're chocolate.
Mark Henry will eat your soul. But
oh yes, I remember that.
but this match, Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. is anyone surprised how amazing this match was?
Absolutely not.
No, not really. I mean, I felt it was good, but it felt a little bit. It felt like it didn't really pick up until later. Like it was good at the start, but just I don't know.
Well, you
That was-
can't come right out and start killing each other with tables.
True.
The slow build to murder is quite effective.
I mean, you don't start with murder. You start trying to just beat the crap out of them, and then you slowly escalate to murder. So, I mean, we got finishers on chairs. We got the Kevin Steen spot where he does the, I don't know what the fuck that move is he does from the apron where he drops you head first.
He also
But-
cannonballed him into the guardrail.
Oh man,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
that was
amazing.
I think that was one of the first big spots in the match.
Yeah,
It
was
set the
senton.
tone.
We also have the senton onto Michael Cole.
My God, yes.
The best part was Michael Cole broke his glasses when that happened, and then he started cheering for Dean Ambrose to fuck him up because he broke his glasses.
Get him, Dean! Get him!
And I assume Kevin Owens probably just ripping Michael Cole by fucking up his glasses. Fucking Dean. Get him.
Yeah, basically Dean threw him over the announce table, and it almost seemed like Kevin Owens deliberately rolled over on top of him.
It was amazing.
Which is fair enough, considering he's feuding with the announce team.
Oh yeah. He hates announcers.
Kevin Owens hates Michael Cole. Yeah.
Yeah, he also shits on Mauro Ranallo.
And Alex Riley.
I mean,
And
the
Bar-
only
and
one
Byron
he
Saxton.
likes is JBL.
The worst one.
Yes. Well, I don't know. It's a toss-up for me between JBL and Byron Saxton.
That was huge.
Oh,
Wow.
one of my favorite moments
Wow.
was when Dean Ambrose either threw or hit Owens with the chair, and it was like wrapped around his head.
Yeah, and I was shouting at Kevin Owens through the screen like, "Take the chair off!"
He was just selling it like, "Oh God, help me!"
I know, but he turned around with the chair still on and just started walking. I'm going, "Take the chair off!"
Eventually, it did fall off.
Yeah, but I was half expecting a Van Terminator spot.
I love the way Owens sold, like especially I think when he got the dirty deeds on the chair. Owens just so like, "Oh God, help me!"
Some really good psychology in this match. One of the ways that I believe it was Kevin Owens escaped a 10 count was he was knocked the hell out, and instead of getting up, he rolled out of the ring and grabbed the ropes to stabilize himself, just so he could get to his feet.
I think that was after the dirties, actually.
Yeah, just brilliant spot.
But
Like,
yeah, but he was just selling us, "Oh God, oh God."
this is like, I'm on my feet. Oh, now I'm off my feet. Oh God, here I go. Enough to break the 10 count, though. I cannot gush enough about this match and how it was just two guys
Gushing.
who hate each other and are trying to kill each other.
Another one of my favorite bits was when Kevin Owens hit the pop-up powerbomb, because I don't know what it was, but it felt like it sounded more vicious. Something about the bump and the mic or something.
It's called good selling.
It is. I don't know. It was the the sound of that particular powerbomb impact it sounded like just splat.
Well, I think their gimmicks work well together, really, too, because Dean's whole "I'm crazy and I can withstand a hell of a lot of pain" thing works really well with Kevin Owens' "determined to kill you and I hate you" thing.
Can I point out some of the problems with the commentary when it comes to just handling Dean Ambrose?
Yeah,
Like the fact his lariat is now called the Wacky Lariat.
the wacky
I
line.
never heard
the
them
wacky
say
line.
that.
On top
Cole
of that,
said wacky line when he hit it.
on top of that, JBL doesn't understand what crazy is, and it just sounds like he doesn't know what he's doing. He does, and just imagine he's just like shows up with like a handful of jacks, and it's like we're playing jacks now. I just don't understand why it's like, oh yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing.
No, he
I
knows what he's doing. He just doesn't know what's right and wrong.
Yeah, because it's just I think there's a better word for crazy than I don't know what I'm doing.
Or
That just makes him sound like he's stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, and also the wacky line sounds more like a R-Truth finisher than anything.
yeah, it's if you give someone name, it's like the whole debate of would Stone Cold be a main eventer if he was called Frost Dagger?
Ice Dagger, excuse you.
Ice Dagger. But it was a whole bunch of crappy ice names.
JBL thinks putting milk in your cereal is crazy, so who are we to trust here?
I don't know what I'm doing with this cereal, Michael.
No,
Why am I in your house?
This cereal's crazy, Michael.
Get out of my house.
JBL, please leave. This is not
Whoa!
the Bahamas.
Where's my son?
R-Truth is there. I want my son back.
Oh, my so bad.
Oh god.
Better not be no spiders in here.
You know what I really appreciated about this particular Last Stand match is how, like, early on, all the counts were short. They didn't do any long stretches
They only
of
teased
long
the
counts
finish a
until
couple of
until
times.
the end, and that was like you said, it was it really escalated well. So when the bigger spots happen, you could believe that that's going to take them a while to get up. Whereas other matches, it's just like you're just sitting there waiting for people to get up until and then they get up and hit each other, and then they go down again.
You know what's the sign of a good match? When they set up an obvious spot for later, and they continue the match, and you forget about that spot and just are so engrossed in the match and forget that spot is coming up.
The tables.
Because Kevin Owens sets up 2 tables, and there's like 10 more minutes of match, and you completely forget in a lesser match. You would just think, okay, it's not over because they haven't used the tables. But I was completely engrossed in the match and was not even really thinking about the tables.
Yeah, and it was used as a complete coincidence more than a long setup because like Owen set up a bunch of chairs and laid Dean on them, and it was going to like jump on him. But
that
then
looked
Dean
like
was just
I kind of wanted to see that spot because
then Dean just got up and fucking shoved him, and he fell through the 2 tables, and it's like, oh shit, I put tables there. Fuck.
Oh, man.
But, well, I would say the chair spot looked like murder. Like if Kevin Owens went through with that, Dean Ambrose would be dead.
Oh, yeah, that spot looked terrifying.
But it is. If this is a conclusion to the feud, it's a fitting conclusion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If there's anything more, I don't know how they can top it.
It'd be hard.
Hell in a Cell
Possibly.
is the
That
only
might-
way I think you can top this.
Just have a CZW match.
Straight up.
Fire rope.
Have Dean pick the stipulation and say he's going back to his roots and bring out a bunch of light tubes.
Oh God.
You know, honestly, I think Lucha Underground showed the best way to do that kind of match where, like, they didn't bring out the light tubes until, like, towards the end of it, and then you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, I mean, they could just do a Foley-style Cactus Jack match.
Yeah. Like, I think the problem with organizations that use light tubes is that they start with light tubes and they just keep adding more light tubes. The light tube should be basically the death spot, like the final spot. You know, you do it. Yeah, you do it once, and you do it once, and the match, or maybe twice. The match should pretty much be over at that point.
And somebody has to go to the hospital.
Yeah. But exactly. Because it's so dangerous. It should be only done once. You shouldn't be just.
I'm gonna come right out and say it. I think Owens versus Ambrose is the best match on the card.
Yeah. Thinking about it, do you think they once they found out they were at the beginning of the card, did they just decide to put on this match so they could just go, "Follow that, bitches"?
That's what I said as soon as the match ended. Is like
also,
Kevin
I
Owens
really
and
like
Dean Ambrose walked to the
really
back. Follow that.
I really liked how fucking up there this match was, because it makes sense why they didn't do as well at the Rumble. Because they fucking murdered each other for 20 minutes.
It makes sense now that I know both of them were in the Rumble.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, this is actually a good spot to do this match because they're going to be in the Rumble later. They needed to at least have some downtime after a good amount of downtime after that if they're going to be in the
to make it believable that they come back.
Yeah.
But then again,
well, just in general for their own safety and health too.
Yeah. But then again, we have to address the Mark Henry and Jack Swagger in the room.
Yep.
But that's besides the point.
By the way, Mark Henry was saying that was going to be his last Royal Rumble. Huh. And then he just got thrown out like a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we got the tag team title match of the Usos versus the New Day, which has happened 700,000 times, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Though, if you were a newcomer coming into this match, you wouldn't know that the Usos are technically faces and the New Day are technically heels.
Yep.
Great bit that they come out and they play a little clip of how Jericho broke the trombone, which they've named Francesca.
She has a name.
He was getting to it.
Francesca.
And Big E and Kofi say we must have join us in a moment of silence for Francesca. Xavier Woods comes out with another trombone, and they introduce her as Francesca too.
With lots of gyrations.
With the creepiest line of the night. Francesca too. What happened to the first Francesca?
Oh
a
yeah.
Man has needs.
Implying that Xavier Woods fucks trombones.
It would be the funniest sounding sex.
Sound of the sound of a trombone blowjob is not desirable to me.
It's a literal blowjob.
This was a good match. I mean, Usos and a New Day, they typically have put on a good match together.
This is a pretty great Raw main event.
I will say this. Although this match has happened a lot, it hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just.
I feel like we need a couple more teams.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
really
we do.
do.
Yeah, the roster does feel pretty thin right now.
I mean, they've got plenty of guys that can be teams for this that are not being used. So
You can make the Ascension not suck.
yeah, you can do that.
Then you have this weird feud between goofy fucking New Day and legit fucking serious Ascension. And like they're just screaming at each other, and then just Xavier Woods slowly slides up into frame, just starts playing the trombone.
They just play the fucking Ascension theme.
I'd pay for.
Yeah.
You could
What is this
You
shit?
could do
Victor?
something. They could do something with the social outcasts. They could basically have them just get like a bunch of lucky wins. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work too. I mean, it's very easy.
By the way, it was Victor of the Ascension at 8 to 10.
Sadly, this wasn't a holy fucking shit like it was that tag team ladder match that happened at TLC
Yeah.
or Survivor Series.
I still have yet to see that.
That was a great match, but this was just kind of playing, hey, it's an Usos match. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good match. It's just I've seen it before.
They're the Samoan Young Bucks is what they are.
Though I did like the finish where one of the Usos goes for a splash and then just Big E just tags in and catches him in the big ending.
That was awesome.
That was beautiful.
Was it either? I'm not sure if it was Raw or this match where the crowd was actually chanting "Play Francesca" and then he refused to do it.
This
Yeah,
match.
it's the little heel things they do. Just I play on my time.
that was great. Play Francesca, and then he does. He says,
No,
"Fuck
they
you."
refuse it.
And then, after that decent match, we go backstage where the Wyatt family says they are the Four Horsemen. For example, Eric Rowan, it says he's Pestilence.
Braun Strowman is War. Luke Harper is Famine. And Bray Wyatt is Ric Flair. Woo!
I'm Martin Anderson. That's my favorite.
Wait, Ric Flair is deaf?
Yes. Why do you think he hasn't died?
You think he'd be Pestilence?
Nope.
As for the guy who says he's Famine, well, he is the thinnest of the bunch, but
I'm full of diseases.
I'm just saying Harper doesn't look like he's lacking a sandwich.
Wait, what? Harper is the skinny one.
I know he is the skinny one, but he doesn't look unnaturally skinny.
Oh, that's true.
Can we talk about the Del Rio Kalisto storyline?
Yes, we can.
Where
And how it's
Kalisto
dumb.
beats Del Rio once and then beats him again for the title, and then one day later on SmackDown he loses the title to Del Rio.
That pissed me off
AKA
so
Christian
much.
syndrome. Except, unlike Christian, they haven't totally bitched Kalisto out.
That's true.
Why couldn't they make it so, like, he beats Kalisto on SmackDown for a non-title match and says that's enough proof to give him a title match at Royal Rumble, and then he gets one?
Yeah.
They're hot-shotting the feud, I guess, so.
It might have been one of those things where they gave him the title, changed their minds, and then, like, wait, we can make it a storyline, let's give the title back to Kalisto.
Oh, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Like, Sin Cara is injured, but they could maybe do this spot. Maybe like have some guy dressed as Sin Cara, and have Alberto like beat him up like outside.
I had a better
outside
idea.
the arena or something.
I had a better idea. Kalisto and Sin Cara celebrate the title victory. Del Rio shows up, puts an armbar on injured Sin Cara,
Ooh, well, that's good.
Oh.
and
And
Kalisto's
just
like,
basically says,
"Stop
"I'm
that
gonna break
shit."
your fucking arm if you don't give me another title shot."
Well,
Like Edge,
well,
except
technically
break
he
his
has another
arm.
title shot because he just lost the title. But
Yeah.
yes.
Well, yeah,
versus-
he would automatically get a shot, but yeah, Del Rio gets pissed and
Can we talk about how this is Donald Trump's worst nightmare? Two Mexicans feuding over the United States Championship.
I want to build a wall around the arena. Can't have this.
I like
So
your description
Del
of this.
Rio.
I like
So
your
this entire
description
match
of this
can be
match
summed
when
up
I decided when I watched it, Rob. What was your description of this match?
This entire match can be summed up with how these men wrestle always. Del Rio kicks the crap out of you, and Kalisto does a lot of flips and looks cool.
There was a horrible botch midway through this match, where he tried
I
to go
wouldn't
for something
say
and he
horrible.
landed.
Horrible would be like train wreck match stopping.
It wasn't really horrible. It was just kind of weird.
It's just like, oh, that.
He did lay on his head though when he went for a move.
He got up immediately though. Like he was fine. Like
There's like a whoop shit.
Yeah, he
I
just
mean,
kinda
this was
fell-
not
he just
Brock
kinda fell
Lesnar
wrong
shooting
and
star calamity. But I have always said that Del Rio's Enziguri should be a finisher.
Del Rio at one point did this nasty fucking gut buster that was like that should be a fucking finisher. That was awesome.
Every move is a finisher now.
When Del Rio does them, yes, they are.
You know what I don't get about like people in Del Rio?
Yeah.
What?
He's good on the mic and he's a good wrestler and like he sells good, and people hate him though.
Oh, there was another
People-
great
people
spot. There was
hate
another
him
great spot.
because-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say people hate him because when he first came into WWE, they gave him long, dull promos.
Yeah.
And they made him wrestle Sheamus forever.
Well,
he wrestled
because-
Sheamus for a while, which was not good because they had no chemistry.
Yeah, his initial thing was
he also wrestled Rey Mysterio.
I'm really rich, and he had these. He would walk around his hacienda and say and talk about his destiny.
Here's
game.
he also his first feud was with Rey Mysterio, 7 knee injuries in.
Oh yeah.
So not super cool fast Ray. It's more how many more knee injuries are you going to get?
His
Ray.
knee is like pixie dust right now, Ray.
There's still two things that I miss about Del Rio that I'd like to see a return of. Is if they could ever get Ricardo back to introduce him.
I mean, he works in AAA, and like Del Rio's in AAA, they could just hire him.
And there was one catchphrase I loved. My name is Alberto Del Rio, but you already knew that.
Yes.
I'm establishing it for new audience members. Hi.
We've also
I'm
already
Alberto Del Rio.
established that.
Hey, it
that-
works for Paul Heyman.
We've also already established that.
My name isn't Paul Heyman. And this isn't my client, Brock Lesnar.
Also, we should mention that the League of Nations are the most supportive faction in entire history of factions.
Wonderful.
Dude, they're friendly, they promote diversity, they cheer for each other.
They don't
And yet
care
they're
who
the
gets the
heels.
title.
They don't care who gets the title. They don't let their egos get the best of them.
And yet they're heels.
Oh, by the way, there was this awesome spot where Kalisto jumps over the rope, and Del Rio caught him in the midair with. At first, it looked like his knees, but it actually looked like he didn't quite catch him right, and it looked like his feet went right into his guts. It's like, I was like, oh, jeez.
This is a this is there's not really much we can say about this match other than just watch it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
it's-
recap specific spots
Well,
since the
I
match is
remember this
very
one
fluid.
spot where I was setting up a frying pan to put on some sausage patties, and I realized I didn't preheat the pan, so I had to sit there looking at cold sausage patties for about 10 minutes. And then I flipped it over, and it cooked in 2 minutes and wasn't ready. So then I took the sausage patties off onto a plate, and I noticed one side was cold, so I had to put it back on for a couple
Why are we
minutes
reviewing your sausage patties?
while I made some waffles for the buns. That was a great part of the match.
So,
Your sausage patties only get 2 stars from me, sir.
Damn.
the biggest problem is, as some people have
What's wrong with the sausage
as some
patties?
people have complained about, they trade wins too much in the WWE, and this is a huge example of that. We're not just trading wins anymore; we're trading the title back and forth. That's
Honestly,
a problem.
Honestly, after
Honestly,
they
if like Kalisto has the title now, he needs to fucking keep it until like SummerSlam.
Yeah.
or Mania, I mean, well,
There's one pay-per-view to Mania. That's not that much time.
no, well,
Yeah.
when's Mania? Is it April or May? April
It's
or
April.
beginning of
March.
April? Or,
Well, it's considered the March pay-per-view, even though it comes out so late that it ends up being in April. Anyway.
is it late April or early April this year?
Early April?
Okay.
The
Well,
the next pay-per-view is like a couple of weeks after that.
I mean, it depends what they do with it, but yeah, he should probably keep it through WrestleMania. I mean, the damage was already done in the case of Kalisto losing the title. If he had not won this match, he would have just been bitched out. So
Yeah.
he had
That's
to
true.
win.
Literally,
Del
their
Rio's not
roster
going to be
is
that
so
hurt
thin.
by this loss.
I'm happy. One, it is a problem that it's a symptom of the already big problem that they're trading wins.
Yeah.
So after that match, we get Stephanie McMahon and Paul Heyman.
Coming out and Paul's, trying to sweet talk Stephanie, talk about it. I was like, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, winning Rumble, Brock Lesnar.
I like your hat.
Do you remember? Hey,
Paul,
Hey,
I don't
Steph.
like that.
remember that time that we were joined together, ECW, WCW
Oh, I
as the
don't have it.
Alliance? Remember that?
Oh, I don't have a hat.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Paul, I don't have a hat on right now. Why are you talking about hats?
I like your hat. What?
Just like quietly whispering that he likes your hat.
Oh yeah, it's Charlotte versus Becky Lynch.
Really, pretty damn good match.
Yeah.
Can we imagine when Ric Flair kissed Becky Lynch?
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
talk about the sexual assault.
It's like she kissed an old fish or some kind of like ancient tree.
So basically what happened...
It's like she kissed an ashtray.
So basically
Yeah,
after...
definitely an ashtray.
Oh, are we talking
So
about Becky
basically
versus
at
Charlotte
one point,
now?
at one point, Becky kicks Charlotte to the floor, and then Flair gets in between Becky and Charlotte. The fans are all booing. Then Charlotte goes for a cheap shot, and Becky counters and nails her. Then Flair proceeds to grab Becky from behind and just plant one on her.
I mean, kiss stealing is about one step away from sexual assault.
I did like JBL's bit on commentary though, where he said, "What? He's a kiss stealer. What do you expect? This is what he does. This is what he does."
Someone's getting a lawsuit, though.
Can I say how great it is to finally have a storyline that makes sense and is not offensive
Who
for the
is
women?
Becky?
What?
The promo packages. Who is Becky?
Oh yeah, who is Becky?
Yeah, that
Um,
was a pretty awkward line.
But it's a very simple wrestling storyline that's been told 1,000 times, and it always
Charlotte's a
works
cheating
if it's
bitch,
done well.
and Becky don't like that.
Just,
Friend betrays friend once they get the title.
it's just the way the line was supposed to be. It was like, who is Becky to talk to me about? But it just kind of sounded like she said, who is Becky? Just like-
There is one thing is, I will agree with people that have this complaint. They're going so hard with the whole Flair accompanying Charlotte, and that, mentioning even more how much, that Charlotte is Flair's daughter, when that was just kind of a footnote of her character in NXT.
Not really. Do you not remember the genetically superior story?
I wasn't there for all of it, I guess.
When
That-
she
that was
originally
her-
came
that-
on, I think she was like a heel, and that was her
When
thing.
she first debuted, when she was first heel, and
Pretty much
her
when she's
gimmick-
the face, she's Charlotte, and when she's a heel, she's Ric Flair's daughter.
yeah,
Okay.
she called herself genetically superior and would
The Aryan
brag
actress.
about her lineage. And
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that the whole genetically superior was just like it was kind of her way of mentioning it without going so super overt. But I guess
no, it
I
was pretty
wrong
overt
about
in
that.
NXT. She just didn't have Flair accompanying her to the ring all the time.
Okay.
And weird shimmying dance.
Also, it's really awkward to hear a blonde-haired girl talk about how she's genetically superior, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on,
Great
man.
heel
Just
heat.
because she's blonde, come on, dude.
doesn't she also have blue eyes?
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
she's dying blind, but whatever.
I'm blonde hair and blue eyes. Does that mean I'm
Yeah.
More the
Hitler.
Aryan.
Yes.
fuck you?
I have brown hair and brown eyes.
Don't you start yourself with us, you Nazi.
Fucking Nazi.
Rock, and I know your hand is starting to gravitate upwards and straighten out, but I must ask you to resist doing that.
What?
Yeah, calm down, Reichtan.
Right, Dan?
Oh my god. Okay, now I get it. Okay.
Mega Fighter, I know you like making jokes, but I did not see that coming from you.
So,
So,
Good night, everybody.
I mean, this was good stuff, and it was this is what we wanted to see from the Divas division. Good wrestling. I mean, it's a huge mark improvement from what we've seen in the past. It still isn't quite on NXT level of the women's wrestling. It still feels like they're limited a little bit.
It's good, but they're kind of like there isn't that many spots. You remember?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It
That might be-
feels
that
like
might be
there's
due to
it feels like
rehearsal
there's just
time, I think.
something missing. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it
Um,
may.
I think it might.
I-
Someone
Gravis-
said it might be rehearsal time that they have in NXT that they don't hear. Maybe. I don't know.
It still doesn't feel like it's a big deal yet, I guess. I mean, like, the feud's personal, but I really don't feel like the Divas title has prestige yet.
Yeah.
It's going to take a really long time and a lot of big fucking matches to do that.
Yeah.
And
But-
it needs that big fight feel.
We're getting. Yeah. It still feels a little clown shoes, but it's getting there.
So anyway, Flair, Charlotte wins when what happens is Charlotte hits. This was the ending of the match was just a little bit weird for me.
Yeah.
Charlotte hits a baseball slide. It goes for a baseball slide. It hits Flair while she's trying to go for Becky. She immediately gets shocked. Becky rolls her up, but only gets a 2 count. And then Becky goes for the disarmer. Then Flair proceeds to get on the apron and tosses her jacket, which lands on her face.
Yeah, that was where it just got really like.
Smell my jacket. Woo!
It's like, really? The jacket? That's what's taking her out of this?
She gets distracted by the jacket, turns to go after Flair, and then gets hit with a spear.
So, of course, they celebrate, and then
Well,
Charlotte.
let's talk about the magic of Ric Flair's jacket apparently winning. Match.
It
Yeah.
saps the life out of anyone who is not Ric Flair. It's like a phylactery.
It's a Horcrux.
That's why he
Horcruxes work, goddammit.
elbow drops it. It's a ritual to keep the spell going.
all
It's
of
clear- it's clear to me that you guys did not read Harry Potter.
Ric Flair's oldness.
Mega Fighter, I
is-
still don't want to read Harry Potter. Fuck you.
all of Ric Flair's oldness is
novel.
rubbed off into the jacket, and so if it touches anyone else, you immediately suddenly age a few.
It
A
drains
few
life.
hundred
Woo!
years.
Or it just smells of sweat, alcohol, and sadness.
It smells
And
like
strip
my.
clubs.
So you're saying
Strip
that?
clubs.
So you're saying that Becky Lynch got iced?
Yes,
Oh Jesus!
with a jacket, ice jacket.
So
Oh my God! Can you imagine Flair the sign to
covered in my
celebrate?
blood.
But immediately he brings a case of fucking Smirnoff Ice and just fucking guzzling it.
So Charlotte begins beating up Becky after the match, and
Sasha Banks, not part of Team Fucking Bad, comes out.
The boss. Well, they still announce her as being part of Team Bad, but fuck it. Sasha Banks.
second biggest pop of the night.
She got her own Titantron.
What is?
That's a
Like,
upgrade.
I mean, I love Sasha Banks. Why is the crowd so hot for her?
Because she's really good.
She's the boss. God damn it.
I mean, Charlotte's good and Becky's good too. But what it is? I don't get it. Why is
Sasha
Sasha Banks?
She was the
boss.
best heel on NXT,
I don't know.
and also Charlotte versus.
She's
Charlotte
so
versus
over
Sasha
as a heel that
and
she's
Sasha
face.
versus Becky were some of the best matches in NXT.
Yeah.
And Sasha versus Bailey both times.
Yeah, but I wasn't mentioning Bailey because she's not on the main roster yet.
So basically, in the crowd are a bunch of NXT fans that'll just pop for.
Only
for
one's
Sasha.
Orlando.
Yeah, it was
Plus-
Orlando.
Plus, Sasha has not gotten her shot yet, so
And also, she is amazing.
But not a
they
main
teased the
AA team.
reuniting of the BFFs between Charlotte and Sasha, and then as soon as Charlotte turns her back, Sasha hits her with the bank statement.
Yep.
Which, thanks to Charlotte being super flexible, just looks like she's fucking killing her.
Also,
And
Also,
then
the ref
the crowd
keeps-
is going nuts.
Also, the ref keeps Rick from interfering even though there's no match going on.
No, let him assault your daughter. No.
To be fair, Rick probably would have assaulted Sasha.
Probably kiss him again.
Yes, exactly. That's where that
What's
joke
sad
was headed.
what's sad is every scene that had Ric Flair, Becky, and Charlotte together, I'd constantly
Yeah.
make the joke of Ric Flair asking for Becky's number,
Yes.
and just Charlotte's like, no.
So, you gonna introduce me to your friend? No,
No.
Dad.
It's like, Dad, stop.
You can take a ride on Space Mountain.
Dad. Dad, no. Good, no.
No one
Here's
wants
your
to ride
room.
Space
No.
Mountain anymore, Rick.
It got changed to Super Space Mountain.
So, she hits her with the bank statement. Sasha raises the Divas title, and she leaves. But Charlotte sits up before she leaves. So, it's kind of not good.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why Charlotte didn't sell that better.
I mean, it's a submission, so you shouldn't be knocked out from it. But what you should be is lying on the mat in pain.
Yeah.
Laying on her back looking down the ramp would be appropriate.
And that is everything leading up to the Royal Rumble.
And now for the Rumble.
Though in a weird, shitty bookend maneuver that they did, Rusev and Roman Reigns start this out when Rusev and Roman Reigns were the last two last year.
Yeah.
But Rusev is quickly ousted in a minute.
Yeah.
And then we get the arrival of Roman Reigns' face.
Can we mention how shit the camera work is?
That was my transition, yes.
I was saving it to this, but like, okay, so on the Titantron it had I Am, and then Phenomenal, and as soon as Phenomenal started, everyone started shitting their pants, and like it just cut to Roman Reigns really close up, just going,
No, he was like, huh?
what the
Oh.
hell? And just the crowd's like, ah! And then it just cuts to AJ Styles and his shitty rap music.
Oh my god, the AJ Styles meme.
I mean, DMX is actually good. Well, DMX has good stuff, but
Yeah, but it's a
that
low
particular
energy rap song.
is not. That particular song is not one of his better ones.
It didn't even sound like DMX I'm used to. If I want a DMX song, I want him barking and shouting at me.
So you want Titus DMX featuring Titus O'Neil?
And I gotta say,
Yes.
I think he's face again, but now he looks like a dork, because he started neatly combing his page boy haircut
Yeah.
into like a neat little side part, and now he just looks like he's that guy trying to be hip.
the
Like,
Yeah, he's
the
got a
reason
hipster
why
hair.
he had kind of like, the reason why it worked as a heel is because he just had fucked up hair, because it was like, oh, I don't give a shit, you know?
Yeah, the reason it first started working when he was Lone Wolf is like, oh, AJ Styles doesn't care about anything anymore, not even his hair. He's just like,
You know, he just looks like a dork.
yeah, now no, it doesn't work. AJ, get a haircut, please.
So, needless to say, the rumors had flown around before this ever happened.
Can I point out?
AJ was coming and was hired by the WWE, and then
Wait, can I point this out?
debuting at the
Wait.
Royal Rumble at number 3.
I want to point out that TNA advertised the fact that AJ Styles shot them down by no showing their meeting to sign a new contract
Which, by the
on
way,
their main
I really doubt
website on the
happens.
front page.
Wow.
I really doubt they
TNA
said
really-
they had a handshake agreement with
They
AJ
got-
Styles, but I really doubt that happens.
They got
Why would
stood
he
up
go
at
back to
Dairy.
TNA?
You got stood up at Dairy Queen. And it's like, you're going to go into a date, and then instead of going on a date, you just play Ninja Turtles at the arcade. That is equivalent of what happened.
That sounds like TNA's really fucking bitter. Honestly.
I think they made that up about the handshake agreement, because why would he agree to go from New Japan to TNA, where he
Speaking of
was treated badly in
And
the
then
first
later-
place?
And then, like, 4 hours later, it was like TNA. Oh, AJ Styles debuted at the Rumble. We wish him well. Yeah.
Yeah, and and all the idiots were saying how classy it was, but it's just like, they were fucking bitter as hell.
Speaking of TNA, just briefly, Kurt Angle is on his farewell tour for one. Matt Hardy, the 40-year-old, is their champion,
Beating EC3, who's now a face for some reason.
and the guys here have told me this, which I didn't know. They have this gimmick match called Feast or Fired, where
they've had that for a while.
if you lose the match, you actually get fired from the company.
That's
For
a Vince
real.
Russo creation.
Yeah. Also, WWE has Austin fucking Aries. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Because of
By the way,
because
fun
of,
fact,
because
three-
Austin Aries lost a Feast or Fired
By the
match.
way, 3 hours after AJ Styles debuted, his shirt sold out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fast as shit.
I mean, all WWE has to do
Also,
now,
the commentary's actually selling him as like, oh, this guy's legit.
in order to get like the complete failure of TNA, all WWE has to do now is acquire Okada.
Oh, that'd be a fucking miracle.
Yeah, you fucked that up. Now we got Rainmaker.
It'd be a fucking miracle of Triple H to get Okada to sign with WWE.
I
It's
don't know how
called
much
money.
English he speaks though.
Well, at least Nakamura speaks a lot of English, though. He has a
I
lisp,
feel it.
apparently.
Money can't all be what pulls not Okada in, because he probably makes money hand over fist in Japan.
I mean, he's probably making that fuck rain night now, but yeah.
Dude, I don't think the Rainmaker gimmick's just a gimmick. He might be just that rich.
So, anyways, yeah, AJ Styles walks out and everybody loses their mind, and the commentary actually does a good job of hyping him up.
Yeah.
Pretty much calling him one of
JBL
like the
starts-
biggest free agents in wrestling.
Yeah, they call him the biggest free agent, and JBL immediately goes, two-time IWGP champ, same as Brock Lesnar.
And I hope they keep him pushing him like that.
Oh man, it'd be great.
And
Because I do want an AJ Styles versus Brock match at some point.
I want AJ Styles versus goddamn anyone.
The best part was, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, by the way. The best part was when Chris Jericho came out. He was immediately like, "I'm wrestling AJ Styles. Move it. I'm gonna wrestle AJ Styles. Yes." Like, he made a beeline for him, and they wrestled, and then they wrestled again on Raw.
Don't worry, you didn't miss Tyler Breeze or Curtis Axel at all. They got
Yeah.
thrown out instantly.
Not Curtis Axel.
so
He's
Curtis
been there for
Axel-
quite a little bit.
Curtis Axel currently...
By the way, the Tyler Breeze elimination made me mad because like that guy deserves so much
He's
more.
so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
They're shitting all over him, and they're
Apparently, what happened is like Triple H gave him the green light. It's like, okay, so this guy's really good, and then like Vince watched him for 1 week and was like, and stopped his push.
Fucking old.
Yeah. Typical Vince.
So angry. So angry. It hurts inside.
Axel currently holds the Royal Rumble record at 1 year.
1 year.
No,
Nice.
he was eliminated in this Rumble, so now he is currently participating in the 2016 Royal Rumble.
Yes, let's go with this. I like this angle. Really.
Hey, he got eliminated from last year's Rumble.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris Jericho comes out and decides, fuck this, AJ, you're mine. We're doing
What
this.
happens? I don't want this to happen, but what happens if Axel loses his job between this Rumble and the next Rumble? Does that mean he's permanently in the Rumble?
He
Yes.
might.
Yes, until they eventually have him come back in a surprise entrance, and then he'll get eliminated from that one.
He'll get eliminated from the 2016 Rumble.
Yes. So yeah, then we just have Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, which is the most surreal fucking thing imaginable. I mean, Roman Reigns is there, but still.
Who else comes out? Oh yeah, Archer.
Oh wait, yeah, you skipped a lot, but
Actually, yeah, you put it
Kane.
Kane.
comes
Kane's
out.
next. Then Goldust, and he's gone in like
Goldust.
5 minutes. Then Ryback.
Mega Fighter is perpetually getting right back in these Rumble wrap-ups,
Yes.
by the way.
Fucking Skip Chef Fighter returns.
That is the third time this happened.
Second time.
Really?
The first time I got Kane. No, the first time I got Kane.
Followed by Kofi Kingston.
Oh, my Kofi Kingston. Followed by Titus
Accompanied by
O'Neil,
all of
who
New Day.
AJ bumped the shit for. AJ Styles just bumped for everyone in this match, I think.
Yeah. Including
And then
Titus O'Neil, who throws
The only
everyone
thing
around.
the only thing I'm worried about when it comes to AJ Styles is, like, he's not that tall. Like, he's about Daniel Bryan size, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger, but, like, Vince might not like that.
But he is built better than Daniel.
He is,
so-
like, Daniel Bryan. He's kind of skinny compared to, like, AJ Styles, but still.
Daniel Bryan, Danielson, Bryan, Daniel Goat.
Daniel
Um,
Goatson.
Then,
Bella. Daniel Bella.
then R-Truth comes
So-
out.
Titus eliminates Goldust. Then R-Truth comes out.
This was great.
Pulls out a ladder.
And he
brings
thinks
out
it's
a
the money
ladder.
in the bank.
He puts it in the middle of the ring and starts climbing as everybody just watches him
What
as he
the
goes
fuck are
for the
you
Money
doing?
in the Bank briefcase.
I love confused R-Truth.
I just hope that next month in a 6-man tag match or some shit, he comes and starts throwing people over the top rope.
Yes. Yes. Sadly,
And
they
he's like, yeah, I won the Rumble. It's not a Rumble.
Sadly, they didn't go with the bump. Sadly, they didn't go with this bump, but I know it's probably a very dangerous bump where Kane takes him off the ladder. But I would love it if Kane just shoved the ladder over and
Fell
R-Truth fell out of the ring.
The only way that spot works is if there's a table there to break his
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a bit of a dangerous spot, so they wouldn't do it.
It's an incredibly dangerous spot.
Yeah, I was about to say a bit. Surely
Yeah.
a just.
We get a few, I think we get like Harper and Stardust out. I don't remember if Stardust did anything in particular.
Not really.
Robert.
It's
Yeah.
just wasted potential.
Luke Harper does Luke Harper shit.
Luke Harper.
At this point, we
Let me
have.
just remark about how ring is full of people who are formerly in ROH.
Yeah,
Welcome to
can
the
we just note the
Indies.
AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Brody Lee shit going on around here?
This is like
it's just gonna
some, like Mega Fighter said, this is just like someone's TEW save or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Then
Pick
Big
up
Show
AJ
comes out and
Styles.
isn't. Yeah. And then Big Show comes out and isn't ruining everything. Surprisingly.
Yeah, he gets eliminated by fucking Braun.
Bra man.
I loved that, actually. I was so happy.
Where I'm putting people over.
Braun
so
Strowman.
can we talk about the spot where the League of Nations beats up Roman Reigns?
Oh yeah.
So
Completely
they
forgot
pull
about
him
that.
out of the ring and beat the crap out of him.
This was so
He
stupid.
wasn't eliminated because he went for the middle
And
row.
Vince is cheering them on.
And they
But
started hugging all of them.
but they refuse to. But what they don't do is just throw him back in the ring to be eliminated.
They leave him outside, and a stretcher carries him to the back so he can get some pizza, then come back near the end of the Rumble.
Yes, but we are missing the really important thing here. Rusev takes a monitor from the announce table and
The
holds it
table that
aloft
they broke.
as he's leaving. And later on, he tweeted that he is the new TV champion. Because he took the TV.
Fucking Rusev.
Damn you, League of Nations, the most accepting fucking faction in all of wrestling.
It's just their heels, guys.
I would love it if Rusev just walks around with a monitor.
I want them to declare him
champion.
WWE.
No, he has a belt with the monitor strapped to the plate.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Or the plate is a giant TV, is like this big TV screen.
You want your MTV?
I want my Rusev. Crush.
I want my Machka Rusev.
And then Kevin Owens comes out and gets the biggest fucking amount of heat possible.
Well,
Those on AJ
first of all,
Styles.
he sells the first match.
Oh yeah, he's limping.
awesomely because he comes out limping like, oh god,
Why did I sign up for this?
By the way, can I point out Chris Jericho's a fucking trooper? He was in the Rumble for 50 minutes and never took a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ was in there for a while, but he kept
Nearly a
taking
half
breaks.
hour.
But to be fair to AJ, he bumped for everybody
Yeah.
Everyone.
and
Kevin
never
Owens-
got his finisher off.
Oh my god.
So immediately, the first thing we see is Owens and Styles.
Oh man.
And they
I
better
want that
fucking
match
feud
now.
at some point.
I want that match so badly.
And they immediately confused the IWC by having Owens eliminate Styles. So they're like, we don't know what to feel.
The best part was Owens grabs Styles, says, "Welcome to WWE," and immediately throws him out and gets which was brilliant.
It's like, we don't know what to feel.
God, imagine like an intercontinental feud between like fucking Owens and AJ Styles. Like, I know he doesn't have the title right now, but fuck, man.
He'll get it back. Then it'll be amazing.
Or he'll go kill Kalisto for the U.S. Championship.
Also
Dude,
an option.
Oh my god! I just thought of something like amazing. Wait till Seth Rollins gets back.
That will be great.
They
Yes.
wrestled by the way, AJ Styles and Tyler Black wrestled one time.
Wasn't it for a title?
No. It was just at a gym.
Oh.
Like
Seth
all
Rollins was
ROH
kind of a
shows.
dork in 2006.
Anyway,
I
after
told that
right
he was
after-
a former dork because of his.
he's always going to be a dork for that laugh. I love it though. Yeah. Anyway, after Owens eliminates Styles, immediately Dean Ambrose comes out,
Was it Dean Ambrose? Oh yeah, Dean Ambrose comes out to try and fuck him up.
and then they start punching the shit out of each other.
Oh, Neville has been in the Rumble, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
No one
Oh yeah,
cares about
AJ
Neville
Styles
for
wrestling
anything.
Pac.
So after some more fighting, of all the people of all the people to come out next, it's Sami fucking Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn.
And immediately I go, please eliminate Kevin Owens, please eliminate. Like,
And
I
then
don't
he
want
did.
Kevin Owens to be
And then he
eliminated, but
does.
please let Sammy do it.
And then he does. And And everyone
apparently,
is happy.
apparently, Josh from Tough Enough was slated to join the Rumble, but they fucked that idea.
Yeah, no. I
He would
think
have been
after.
shit on immediately.
Oh, he would have gotten his ass beaten.
Oh well, that too. But
Oh yeah, the crowd would have hated him.
We should talk about the story, Josh's little thing at
I
some
think
point.
people know. But basically, he made a rookie mistake of using smart terms and dismissing other wrestlers who have years ahead of him in the business.
Pretty much, he disrespected Heath Slater's group, and everyone's like, "No, fuck you."
He basically called them the social jobbers, which is not smart.
Yeah.
That's what you get. A remark you don't get to make if you're in the business.
And also, when you're that low on the fucking food chain.
I mean,
You're
well,
like-
yeah.
you're required to
Scott
be
Hall
there
had-
because Tough
if like
Enough.
someone like Kevin Nash had said it, everybody would just be like, Kevin Nash is a jerk, but that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But
No one's gonna argue with Kevin Nash. He's been, WWE World Champion, but
And
Josh has not been.
also,
hasn't even been-
no matter how broken down his body is, Kevin Nash is fucking huge. If you try to fuck with him, he will hurt you.
yeah, I wouldn't get into a fight with Nash.
Also,
No.
he calls himself the Yeti. That's a
Josh does,
shitty-
yes.
Yeah, that's a shitty name.
Wasn't that one of Kevin Nash's gimmicks?
No,
No, you're thinking of the Yeti.
you're
Oh,
thinking of the
yeah,
Yeti, Ron Reese. And the thing is, Josh is not a steady Yeti. So
Wasn't there already someone in some promotion somewhere who was the Yeti?
Yes,
that
the
was
Yeti.
Ron Reese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ron Reese in WCW.
Anyways,
Sami Zayn
Well, I
eliminates
mean-
Kevin Owens.
I
And then
mean,
Braun
the worst
Strowman
person to
eliminates
put
Sami
Josh
Zayn.
in the ring with would probably be Del Rio. Because
I guess I was thinking someone who actually spelled it someone who actually had the
Oh no, they spelled it
Well,
properly. It's
spelling
just
of Yeti.
So we get the Wyatt family eventually comes out and starts eliminating everybody.
This was probably the least, the
It
worst,
wasn't-
the most boring part of the match.
Well,
It
here's the
wasn't
thing:
as
the
bad as
fights are
last
eventually inevitable when you have factions, but
Yeah.
they booked it really smart. As soon as it got boring, they brought Brock Lesnar out.
And he just murdered everyone.
Brock Lesnar killed everybody, and it was the best. He threw Swagger the fuck out. He threw I think he threw most of the Wyatt family the fuck out.
Except Bray, I think.
Yeah, Bray
Yeah,
wasn't
Bray-
out yet.
Yeah.
And then the Miz comes out,
and
and he immediately goes to the commentary table.
It just says,
Miz comes
like,
out while
Flex City, you're in Disneyland.
Miz comes out in the middle of Brock's murder spree, and he looks like he's about to run to the ring, and I'm going, Miz, what are you doing? You know this is not a good idea.
Nope.
And then
Nope.
he just skirts around the ring and goes to the commentary table, making Miz the smartest person in the Rumble.
Fucking Disneyland.
It's not cowardice, it's intelligence. Would you want to get in the ring with Brock Lesnar?
No.
And as soon as Brock Lesnar got eliminated by the League of Nations, he just went back inside the ring.
Yeah. Well, I think he got eliminated by the Wyatt family. Either way. I love that. Just like, oh god, Miz, you're gonna die. Commentary.
I could commentary.
Then Del Rio came out and did nothing of value.
By the way, I just want to point out, I know it's a faction, but the Lesnar elimination spot bothered me because there were some of the Wyatts that helped eliminate Lesnar where people were at least one of them had already been eliminated, and I know it's no DQ, but I fucking hate that.
I think like the Wyatts that eliminated him were all eliminated.
Except for Bray.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, I don't care if you do a no DQ. There should be a rule that says no one who has been eliminated can eliminate anyone else. It doesn't count.
It's just hard to enforce that, I guess.
Except it makes Lesnar look like a monster for an entire faction to be necessary to take him out.
Yeah.
Also, expect the Wyatt family to ruin Lesnar's chances at the fast lane, by the way.
Yeah, once
I hope
Bray
so.
picks a target, he doesn't take his eyes off it.
He's gonna jet, and then like Roman Reigns has to fight Dean Ambrose, and yeah.
So
I will say this for this particular Rumble spot. At least whoever it was helped him. Just came back in and eliminated him. It wasn't like fucking Kane of a couple years ago who kept coming back in.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
So it's the Wyatt family eliminates Lesnar and then just leave Bray to fight on his own. So next people are Dolph Ziggler,
Who has lost all his heat?
Miz comes back in, Sheamus,
Sheamus comes out.
and number 30, Triple H.
Who didn't see this one coming?
Yeah.
Oh man, I had no idea this was coming.
I thought it was a possibility, but I was kind of. It's a good story, so I'm okay with this.
But at least though he didn't get nuclear heat when Rey Mysterio came out.
I hesitate to say this is a good story. I really do.
I want to see how that develops, but
It still seems like they're trying to Daniel Bryan Triple H.
Yeah, that's the big
Roman Reigns.
problem.
Well, here's my biggest problem. Well, here's the big crux is Triple H has never gotten his retribution for destroying the Shield. True, Seth Rollins was the one who did it, but Triple H sort of engineered the thing.
Yeah.
He has never gotten his retribution.
I mean, it makes sense that Triple H would come out and fuck with Reigns. I mean, Reigns did beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is the kind of basic storytelling that
This is
I'm
just
okay
a
with.
revenge storyline right now.
And honestly, Triple H isn't a bad worker, so I'd be excited to see what he can do to make. He's kind of a ring general, so it'd be
I know what he can
exciting
do.
to see if he can make Reigns have a good match with him.
I know what he can.
I think it's like
What?
a sense of having him win. You immediately realize what this means. We're gonna get a authority promo again to open every Raw. Like not that we haven't been getting that already, but it feels like
I get that.
This might be start to get insufferable.
Can the fucking Authority just close the doors already? This is the longest time we've ever had a faction dominating a show.
Yeah. Really.
On top of that, I just wanted to state there is something he could do to make this feud good. 20 minutes.
Ali, if I remember you correctly, you actually did some research and found out that the Authority has lasted longer than any faction in history.
Yep.
Longer than the NWO did.
I don't think longer than the Horsemen did, but the Horsemen had 1,000 different iterations.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about just one stint, not like revivals.
Oh, okay.
well, I mean, okay. How long did the Four Horsemen last on their initial run?
I'll look it up.
Fucking hell.
I thought it was like almost a decade.
It's just the problem is no.
Your Dual Horseman only lasted about 3 years.
This continues the problem of nobody, hardly anyone wants Reigns in the spot he is is.
People cheer when he gets thrown out of the Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. And they had a few weeks of good character development where they actually started to book him correctly, and his character is better. His character is better. He's sane little and kicking ass, which is what he should be doing. But they're continuing it to what it feels like just shove him down our throats. Like they're making him essentially into John Cena. That it's like he wins by default and overcomes odds by default, and at the same time trying to make him the Daniel Bryan underdog.
Yeah, but John Cena has personality.
Exactly. That's the that's.
By the way,
I think it's more. I think it's more the fact that
Ali was trying to speak.
Sorry.
Tater tots.
Yeah.
Go on.
You may continue.
The floor is yours.
It's like they're not letting Reigns truly be his own thing and have his own story instead of just dropping it in.
They need to let him ad-lib more so he can figure out things he can say that will get the crowd behind him.
But at the same time, the writers seem to have a stranglehold on promos.
Oh yeah.
Just say, don't say fuck.
Don't say fuck.
Don't say fuck.
Just follow the PG guidelines. We don't care what you say, just follow the PG guidelines.
That's something. Speaking of which, Lois Black had to experience that one time where he had to do a comedy show in front of the Congressional Correspondents' Dinner, which is a bunch of stuffy old men who can't stand it. Swears. So he literally had to continuously tell himself the whole time. A little voice in his head had to consistently tell him to don't say fuck, don't say fuck.
Yeah.
And then there was the little devil on the other corner of his shoulder telling him to say fuck because hey, Dick Cheney said it.
So
who was there at the time?
So the final four are Reigns, Triple H, Ambrose, and Sheamus. And
it was a quick
let's
Final
see.
Four.
It was a good Final Four, yes.
Yeah.
No, quick. It was quick because Roman Reigns immediately got thrown out after it was made it to the Final Four. Was it?
Well,
Final
Sheamus,
two?
I think, got eliminated before him. Yeah. Reigns eliminates Sheamus. Triple H eliminates Reigns, and it's down to Ambrose and Triple H.
And everyone was just like, oh my god.
I didn't know I wanted this until right now.
Oh, what was that joke that they had about Triple H when he did the suck it?
Oh,
I've never
people have
been
been saying I've never been so glad for a 40-year-old man to tell me to suck it. Because he immediately did the DX chops as soon as he eliminated Reigns.
Oh god.
Yeah, Triple H and Ambrose fucking duke it out, and it's dramatic as shit, and then Triple H shows him out.
Yeah.
He's got the title.
He's got the belt.
Yeah.
I'm surprisingly okay with this.
Doing the Finn Balor belt taunt when he comes out to the ring.
There is someone who said this, and I think I will agree to this. They seem to be banking on the Triple H and Reigns being something the crowd will like, and I think they're overestimating.
I think it can be a good match. I think as long as they don't overbook it, it can be a good match.
But it's the Authority. Of course they're going to overbook it.
Yeah, that's a good chance they probably will.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
I'm of the
Emphasis
wait and
on
see.
probably. Emphasis on probably, which means they will.
I'm on the emphasis of the wait and see thing because
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
Triple H is the last, like, Triple H was pretty much the, I'm struggling to think of a heel that could have taken his place for this, and I can't think of any.
Well, really, what everyone is saying is like because there's so few fans that actually want to get behind Reigns. Really, it
That's not
feels
true,
like
though.
they
I
it
think
feels
people
like they
want to get behind Reigns. It's just that his direction is really stifling, and we're not really getting anything to offer in order to like him.
He's not making himself unique enough.
what people are saying is
Literally,
it seems,
his character is like, remember the Shield? I'm John Cena.
it seems like you almost need to turn him heel to salvage his career at this point.
I mean, if we're following the
Otherwise-
parallel of The Rock, he needs to turn heel to find himself.
Yeah,
can I-
exactly.
by the way, can I
That's what
point
people
out-
are saying.
It's fucking stupid how many talented wrestlers they have.
It is.
Like, this is like WCW's Cruiserweight division, except it has like double the amount of people in it. And like, they have all these good fucking wrestlers now. And they're still just pushing this one guy, which they've attempted to push like 4 times and it didn't work.
Yeah, you would. In conclusion, Reigns really needs another couple of years before he can attempt this again. But they're not gonna pull back now. They're doubling down as opposed to pulling back, rethinking it, and then pushing him up again.
They are
There
not
is-
taking it down, flipping it, or reversing it.
They're as all in as opposed to in a free poker tournament.
I mean,
They are
as
not
much as-
stopping, dropping, and opening up shopping, and that is the crucial mistake.
They are not opening the door, getting on the floor, or walking the dinosaur.
As much as Cena has been kind of stifling the main
They're
event
not
scene
getting
for as
Swifty time
long.
today.
Yeah, but the thing is, John Cena stepped up.
Well, yeah, like he stepped up and even
And he became
even when-
the guy you have good matches with for a whole year.
Well, it's not just that. It's this. Even when he was kind of insufferable to a point, he would still find ways to make you interested in some
Unless he
level.
wrestled Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, or The Rock for that matter.
Or The Rock. Oh, he wrestled Randy Orton 300 times and The Rock
or
twice.
Kane. For that.
Or the Nexus, or the never-ending feud with Miz.
Fucking Nexus where he just won. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So, in conclusion, the greatest champion of all time is crowned. Rusev, the TV champion.
Yes.
He is the champion of all CRT televisions, including Mega Fight.
I would say in the end, this particular Royal Rumble, I mean, and I'm talking about the Rumble itself, was way more smart.
We haven't had a Rumble since 2011.
This was 10 times better, at least 10 times better than what we had last year. It felt like it was so much more smartly booked. They got people. They had immediately after an elimination of someone that you didn't like, they immediately would bring in someone you would. They'd had eliminations of people you like were.
How much
were
of it they were
someone-
fucking writing this for like a year?
It felt like,
have a fun-
and they were like having eliminations where you wanted to see that guy eliminate that guy specifically, kind of thing.
Huh.
It's classic wrestling. You bring him up, you bring him down. You bring him up again, you bring him down.
You gotta make them excited, then cool them off, then make them excited
It's
again.
a roller
easy.
coaster with less puking.
Well, the same amount of puking if you get them excited enough, but regardless.
Where
And same amount of puking if you give them that much Mountain Dew.
No, WWE is now running out of surprise debuts.
Whereas on last year's Rumble, when it became clear to everyone that they're pushing that Roman Reigns is going to be the one that just wins it at the end, and they're fucking everyone else over. It was like going on a roller coaster, and at the end you're diving into a giant toilet.
Okay, so can we propose weird
We'll never come back up.
storylines now just to close? Because I have an idea for Daniel Bryan.
He goes to ROH.
They do the Randy Savage route. They put him on commentary, and he stays there for a while
And then you get sick
until a
of it.
heel picks on him, and they have a blood feud.
And then he fucks Triple H's daughter and gets fired.
That was a rumor, Mega Fighter. That's never been proven that he actually had an affair with Steph. That's a complete
His daughter.
Fire.
dude. That's a complete conspiracy theory.
Mega Fighter
Yes, I
saying-
said yes. That was the joke, Lomder.
Yeah, I'm just explaining it to them.
Yeah, but they got the joke. They got the idea.
We know it just wasn't funny. Anyways.
Should we
And then
talk
the heel
about Raw?
places a
What
huge
happened on
snake on
Raw
him.
at all? A little bit before we close.
About what?
What happened on Raw?
Oh,
Most of the things that happened on Raw was Heath Slater got into a feud with Florida again. And
oh yeah. They remembered the fact that he had beef with Flowrider. That was amazing.
That was
then-
actually a great. It was a good segment for the part where the Social Outcast basically out-rapped Flo Rida.
Bo Dallas of all people.
Bo Dallas.
Well, I mean,
Right,
they've
Had
got,
a better
oh
rap
wait, they don't
than
have
Flo-
Sizzle.
than Flo Rida. That is fucking sad.
Well,
Yeah,
he is
no.
an automaton.
Because Bo
built to make
Dallas
club music.
rhymed words with different words, and Flo Rida rhymed words with the same words.
So
And
The Rock made Big Show cry.
He also implied that he had sex with Lana.
That was
I
the
wasn't a
thing.
fan
That
of
was
that.
the thing about The Rock showing up.
Biggie shaked his butt for an
First of
uncomfortable
all,
amount of time.
there was a supposed mystery person that they were going to put at mystery that's coming to WrestleMania, and immediately everyone's saying it's The Rock, and he comes out, and well, it was a mystery. Well, it was like a mystery appearance of a guy that's like a returning star, and everyone's like, it's the fucking Rock. So he comes out. He makes fun of Big Show. He makes fun of Rusev. That was creepy.
And The Miz.
And well, yeah, he made fun of the Miz.
That was at least a little. That worked, and it was brief.
But then he comes out to the ring, and it's the same old shit.
Then the New Day comes out and saves it.
Yeah, for a
It
brief
really
moment
felt like a
until he
time
started
waster
it.
when he started talking to the crowd. Oh my
That
god.
was weird. It
Macho
seemed like a
Man.
nice. It seems like a nice gesture, but all he did
I
was.
feel like you're wasting your time right now.
It's a 20-minute segment, by the way.
Yeah, that was a complete unnecessary. It felt like he was interacting with them, but he wasn't. He was just like asking them, "Oh, who are you dressed as?" I'm Macho Man," and it's like he didn't do anything with it.
Alright, anyways.
Who are you dressed as? Hulk Hogan. He doesn't like black people.
And then Big E shook his ass at Rock for like a minute.
And Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles happened.
Fucking watch that.
Oh,
That is all that is of worth that
That
happened
is
on Raw.
Awesome technical wrestling match.
I'll give that a watch because
Oh, by the way, they're one of the things they're doing with AJ is they're teasing him doing the Styles Clash, and he hasn't actually hit it.
oh my God! The teasing of the Styles Clash is great. I thought he was gonna do a spiral tap in that match.
This is my thoughts of The Rock. Is like it was weird. He had this great bit of material.
I thought he was going to turn heel.
He had this great stuff before he came out into the curtain, and then when he's in front of the curtain, out in the ring, it's the same.
Why are we still sticking on this?
I don't know. It's just it was so weird, the contrast of he was funny and then suddenly he's not funny.
So that was the Royal Rumble
and Raw.
and Raw.
Or part of it.
Oh yeah, there was, of course, as Ellie described it, main event tag match. Reign is going away.
So, if you've listened to this whole podcast, I just have to say,
Get a life.
I feel like you're wasting your time right now.
Thank you. Much better than my joke.
That joke. We're gonna keep.
We're gonna hold on to that one.
Well, that was the C show. Fuck you!